Hello everyone! In order to do this, we'll start off by taking any t-shirt, then afterwards thread the needle. After the first stitch, add a purl into it as such. Now when you do this, as you can see, it'll form these diagonal stitches and the bottom portion of it will have all of these purls. Do this until the other side end and then afterwards scrunch it all together. Once you scrunch it all together, only the purl portion will be visible. Tie a knot on the other side and then break the thread. Next, we'll start off by taking the bottom portion of any sweater and then begin to make these horizontal stitches into it as such. Continue to do so and then draw it together as you're doing so. Go downwards and then afterwards make it almost like this X mark. Now after this, move on to the side and then make the other X mark to it as well. Make the middle portion and then afterwards move on to the bottom where you will make similar markings. Do the same and then continue to make the same pattern and then afterwards move from one side to the other. As you can see, we have completed it and now once again we are moving to our third layer. As you are continuing to do so, this is what it should look like. Do this for the entire bottom portion of any sweater and it'll look more decorative than it did before. Next, take the top portion of any sweater and then afterwards scrunch the top together in these 3 layers as such. After you make these folds, thread the needle, put it through the middle portion so that the thread and the knot isn't seen, and now draw all 3 folds together and then slowly begin to stitch it in. Now as you are stitching it in, make sure that you loop the thread around the needle as such. As you can see, we have 2 sides to it, one left, one right, and now we are looping the left side and then the right side. We continue to do it alternatively as such. In order to do this, we have separated the threads as well. Now about midway through, add a purl into it for decoration and then continue to loop the thread around it. As you can see, we have used the pink thread in order to do this, and now we'll be continuing until we reach almost the top. Make sure it is even on both sides. Pull the needle through and then afterwards arrange this and set this in the middle. Tie a knot to it once you're done. Next, take the sleeve and then afterwards cut off the sleeve as such. Now as you have cut it off, then keep it aside. Take a sock and then afterwards take the elastic portion of a sock and put it into the sleeve instead. Now after this, slightly fold the edge of the top of the sleeve as such. Afterwards, slowly begin to make a horizontal fold into it, make these loops to it. Put the needle through the loop and then insert the needle through, then wrap the thread around it and then pull it through once again. Continue to do this. Now as you are doing it, then once you reach one of the sides, begin to go backwards. As you go backwards using this and then you pull it tight together, then as you pull it, all the thread will be invisible, that is, the stitching will go underneath it. Before you pull it, however, make sure that you go all the way around. Once you pull it, this is what it should look like. Make sure it is as in line as possible. Next, if you have a little hole, make this circular shape on top of it and then add dots in a circular shape around it as such. We are using this faux leather material in order to stitch through it. As you can see, we have threaded our needle and now we are going in the shape according to the dots that we have created in the circular shape. However, once we join all of the shapes together, we will form the star-like shape. Continue to go in layers for it and as far as possible, make as little as a gap as possible. As you continue to do so, the hole that is in the middle will get more and more closed in. This is what it should slowly begin to look like. Now as you continue, make sure that you use the desired color as per you. Now, make sure that you go layers on top as soon as you are done, tie a knot to it underneath it. Thank you for watching.